I'm Christopher Hein, and today we're going to talk about my second Kumi Jo. So my second paired form for the Jo. It is like a brother-sister with the first one. So to me, those kind of intermix in lots of interesting ways, and so they're really cool to learn one right after the other. Stop talking about it and get Josh out here. We're going to do it. Josh, let's go to work. All right. Let's talk about the second form as I teach it. This is very similar to the ninth form of Saito Sensei's Iwama system, if you're following along in that. A few things are changed, and it's a little bit different, but basically the same idea. Okay, in this, just like the first form, let's go ahead and switch directions actually here. Okay, just like the first form, which is Saito Sensei's 8th form, we're both in Tsukikumai, but in this form, we're in range. So the first form, we're out of range. This form, we're in range. And the she, the person who's going to win the form, is open. Now, when Josh comes into ski, all I'm going to do is step back, and I'm going to use this Mawashi Barai, so that circular action's a Mawashi Barai, and then bang him right back online. So I knocked him off, and we're online. So actually, we just switched positions here, right? So Josh is now in the opposite side of what I was. So if we're looking at this as a form, which it is, we can start to realize that these are two different ideas from the same position. So in one form, we're learning two ideas from the same position. Okay, now what Josh could do here is go into Jodan Gaishiuchi, and he can do it in such a way that when he hits me, I can't return shot on him, right? So that's one of the things that I think is highlighted in all of these Kumijo is that we can transition our Tsukikumai into a Kinkumai or a Kinkumai into Tsukikumai, et cetera, as we go, right? So what's basically happening in this is we're at range, Josh comes in, I try to make distance, and Josh immediately turns that over, and he goes into this. Okay, now, what's nice about that Jodan Gaishiuchi is it could be if I was receding or if I'm pushing, right? So meaning, if I receded really far, okay, Josh can cover that distance and hit me with the Jodan Gaishiuchi, right? Whereas if Josh threw another ski and I receded really far, he'll miss me, right? So that Jodan Gaishiuchi allows him to account for distance. Also, if I were to push into Josh after this, so I go here and I push in, Josh can pull himself back and still hit me. So that's a really important aspect of this going into the Kinkumai situation is that he's longer than I am, and so he can use that to his advantage whether I'm pushing at him or receding away from him. Okay, now, in that situation, I have to somehow cover the distance of him doing that, right? So, meaning when I do this, I have to cover this distance somehow. So what I'm going to do is a really clever way. I'm going to come Uchiage, which is a rising strike. I'm going to come right up underneath and clip him, right under the chin here is what I'm looking for. Now this is great because from this situation, I've already gone into an essential Banji no Kamae, right? So meaning if Josh was real quick and he kept striking, I could still defend myself against whatever he shoots. But if I'm in time with him, I can come right up underneath and hit him. Now, if he comes in to hit me after this, it doesn't matter because I'm in Banji no Kamae, right? So once I get into this position, I can universally block basically anything he throws from a ski to any kind of overhead strike, low strikes, doesn't matter. I can block it from this position. So by coming and clipping him in this way, I've got a real advantage in defending myself after that, right? Okay, so we're here, I hop back, I cover the distance, whatever it is, and I come up and I get him here. Okay, now, from this position, he's probably going to try to come around and hit me low. So that's what he's looking for. And of course, I could just defend it, bang, but now I haven't gotten any kind of advantage. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is slide from here to in between his elbows. And as Josh comes for me, I'm just going to step with him, and he gets all bound up, and he's in a bad way, right? And that gives me lots of opportunity to continue to go with him, right? Actually, let's go ahead and shoot it from the other side this time. All right, so I'm here like this. Josh comes in after me. I step back, defend. As he raises up, I come underneath and I clip him. I shoot through his arms. And as he comes in, I get this really nice position here coming off to the side. So this is teaching me a way at close range to bind up Josh's arms. As we look at the series of my progression here, we're going to see lots of ways to deal with binding up their arms, which is going to be useful in close quarter situations, which is what we might find ourselves in if we were using Tsukikumai versus Kinkumai. I.e., Kinkumai is a better Kamae for equal-sized weapons because it's going to give him maximum reach and power. But if I get caught in a close-range situation, I might have to go to Tsukikumai. And so if I do that, how can I bind up this guy's arms to keep him from getting me? So we're going to see a lot of those here in this beginning. So one more time, this form is we're in distance here. Josh comes in, I try to hop out, Josh extends, I come up underneath, I shoot through his arms, and as he goes to get me, all I do is step beside him and throw him. That can be a really difficult part. I will teach that throw or control in a separate video because I could really talk for about 15 more minutes about it. So we'll put that in a separate video for you guys. But that's the rough idea of my second Kumijo. I'm Christopher Hines, Joshua Teehee, my Solana McDaniels behind that camera right there. And we'll see you, she gave one of these. We'll see you guys in a future video.